Hey educators, are you looking for a simple and easy to use online free collaborative tool that can help you to share resources, create your weekly program in no time that also uses the power of AI? I am here to help. Tune in to watch my video about Padlet and at least 3 ways to use this amazing collaborative tool. First, let's find out what is a Padlet. So a Padlet is a tool that you can call a virtual bulletin board. So I really like using Padlet as an early childhood teacher, as a teacher who is teaching people at university, and also I love to use Padlet for collaboration work. It is an amazing tool for anyone who is planning lessons, having discussions, looking for ways to set up rubric, assign reading list, or even do get some feedback from families and other educators. So it's really great tool that is collaborative, and it is digital, and it is interactive. So I love this tool. Let's learn to create the first Padlet that will also showcase our weekly program schedule. First, you need to create your account for the Padlet, and because I already have the account, so I will let you create your own account using your email and your credential. So as you can see, I'm here and I have this wonderful Padlet that you can rename. For example, it might be a daily routine. My Padlet, yeah, daily routine for, let's say, pre-kindergarten, right? And if you're a family daycare educator, you can create daily routine for my family daycare. So you can choose different formats here. For example, there is a wall, that's the most typical one. There is a grid, there is canvas, there is map, and there is a timeline. So they are also quite unique. And you can definitely use any of these formats depending on your goal and how you prefer to read your Padlet. So here we are now. We need to start creating our Padlet from scratch. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the days. Yeah. So for example, this would be just everyday routine. Yeah. So that would be our first post that we created, and you can see that you can move this one here. So now we have this first post. Yes, so we can edit it. So you can change the color, for example, turn it orange, or you can turn it green, or you can turn it purple. So let's keep it purple. Now you can edit the post. So all you need is to do the right click and then edit the post. Yeah, and then add your information here. So I'm going to copy paste the routine that, let's say, we will have in our pre-kinder room, and voila, you have a wonderful routine. So you might edit this further. So let's say keep editing. Yeah. You can add picture here. So for example, you can add routines, preschool. Yep. And here we have beautiful picture, let's say, of children's play. So I'm going to add this picture, and we have, let's say, arrival time, children settle in, morning circle. I would say remove weather discussion and day team. So all this I will edit, but it's only edit for the purpose of you seeing it. But you see how easy it is to change anything in here. So for example, you want to add remove weather discussion and say news, or what's new discussion, choices of play. That's what I used to do. So what you are planning to do today, who you're gonna play with, and maybe introduction to some intentional teaching to inquiries, let's say. projects or activities, yeah, experiences. So this way you can edit your Padlet. So don't worry about what's in it, because it's just a template and a sample. So now remember that you can change the layout of your Padlet by clicking on this wheel on the right, and you can actually add description that this Padlet is so let's say is about daily schedule and routines at family daycare center or pre-kinder room at fussy ducks. You'll see. Okay, so you also can change the wallpaper. That's pretty nice and nifty, so you can change it to different colors. Let's turn it this. Also, you can add a picture at the background if you want. You can choose dark or light scheme. You also can change the font if you like. You can have wide posts, and that's amazing. And as I said, you can actually add a grid timeline wall canvas. So let's change it into, let's say, canvas. So it looks slightly different once you start adding things. We also can change it to the wall. Yeah, wall is the easiest one to use. So the post could be laid out in a different way. Let's go back to grid, because that's something that I know the best. And you can actually add comments if you are sharing this schedule with your co-educators, educational leader, or your families. If you want to moderate any posts, you can become a moderator. So a lot of interesting things. Also, you can create your own address here. So for this Padlet, let's say you can call it daily routine, right? Like this, and then we save it. Okay, that's the beginning of your schedule. Now let's learn to be a little bit more sophisticated, and we're gonna click on this. I'm gonna show you again. So you see this wheel at the bottom, plus sign. So you can click and you will create a new post. So let's say you want to add the link to some document that talks about routines, or the same document in PDF file, so that, let's say, your co-educators or educational leader or families can print it. So you can add a link to anything. You can also add a poll. For example, what time do you pick, or what time do you pick your children up from the center? And then you can add different times here, etc. So this will be a poll, let's say at 5, at 4, let's say before lunch, after late snack. Yes, so and this way you can create polls as well that will give you feedback on anything that you're creating. And this will be our poll on routines, right? So you see you created this one. If you want to swap them, you can easily do that, but probably not in the grid. In the grid, the posts are locked. So here you have a more free flow, so you can go to settings and change your layout format to the wall. So this way you will be able to move the posts around like this. Okay, so this one will be first, this one will be second. Now let's create the next post, and let's say we want to add pictures of menu here, right? So imagine this is our menu and we are sharing it with parents. So we are going to add our menu. It's not real menu, just pretend. And then we have a menu as well, and we can add menu up front. We can move it over there. We would like, let's say, to add some videos where we explain morning circle time, or we explain what is happening during, let's say, music and movement session. You might share some documentation. So whatever you want to do, you create a new post and then add any of the documentation that you need. So as you can see here, you can add YouTube video. You can add your audio recording. For example, you can leave a message for families about your schedule and explain what's what. You also can add screen recording of documents that you want them to look at, let's say policies. And of course, you can add a link to another Padlet that might be even more detailed. So this is just the introduction to daily routine Padlet that you can do. Now, I also want to show you another wonderful Padlet that is called Weekly Program Schedule. So this program is already created. So we are going to move to another Padlet and you will see how it is done. Here we go. So as you can see here, this is a weekly program schedule for kinder room. What you can see here, indoor experiences, outdoor experiences, routines, intentional teaching experiences, transitions, spaces for learning, spontaneous experiences. Let's say you want to add something to your spaces of learning. So this way you can add, let's say, a picture of your play experience. I'm going to add my Gruffalo felt board, and I'm going to write felt boards, because felt boards for emerging literacy and storytelling. Yep. So and then I can add something at a capture about felt boards. I can change the color of this post to yellow, let's say, or to blue, and then publish it, and it will be posted. Let's find where it is now. Where do we have it? Here. So in indoor experiences, right? So if you want to move it, let's say, to outdoor experiences or intentional teaching, you can do it by dragging and dropping it. So you can see that this is a weekly schedule that looks amazing. But it's also a program. So you know how we have to display programs, especially in family daycare, where you are busy and you are doing it by yourself. So you might find it difficult to create engaging program. And every family daycare scheme has its own planning format. Of course, you may have your own format, but Padlet can add a dimension to it, the one that you can use for sharing. So you can see that this could be easily edited, elaborated upon. So for example, weekly room goal for week 1, and then you can add another one, right? So and this would be like week 2 goals, and then you can add goals in line with EYLF, right? And then you can add goals for week 3 and keep going. You also can add your observations here. However, I will be careful with the Padlet because it is not a private tool. So you need something that is protected by a password, which is possible, but I would still suggest to use special apps that are created for that reason, and share anything with families that is private about children's life and location and observations more on these apps that are created for that purpose, right? So yet Padlet is an amazing tool for seeing what you are going to do. You also can create another Padlet that will be showcasing your resources that you want to share, let's say, with your co-educators or with families. Let me show you how to do that. So to start your virtual resources portfolio that you can share with your other educators or families, you just need to create a new Padlet. And now you know the drill. You need to add the new post. So going to the right bottom corner and create your post. Let's say I have a puppet template that is amazing. Yeah, template birds. Yeah, and I'm going to add this one here. Just give me a second. So I uploaded my clothespin puppet template birds that other teachers can use for any storytelling experiences that they will create with children. So the beauty of this virtual resources portfolio is that other educators can create their own resources as well. It's not just you, as long as you share and allow them to moderate and edit. Let's say I have another puppet template. Let me find something interesting. Let's say I have a hand puppet pattern, how to create a hand puppet. And I'm going to share it with other educators, right? So they only need to download it. It's PDF. So, and I'm publishing it here. So you can organize this board further, but so far we are sharing, let's say, puppets. So let's keep sharing puppets with my co-educators. Here we go. I have wonderful three little bears puppets, and I'm going to show other teachers how I'm gonna use them, and I can add a link here. Let's say I can create a video as well, not just share the resource, but add a link to the video that is about this particular puppet. So this way you show your virtual sharing library into something that also could be a mentoring Padlet. So that's an amazing tool. Again, that's just few options on how to use it. Let me know if you like this video. I can create more videos on how to use this amazing tool that I use every single day.